Hello everyone, this is Rooij for Magic AD. I'm gonna record a new video today about decks called Affinity, or yeah, that's okay. Affinity or artifacts or robots, or there are many different names for this deck called, and well, it's really a good deck to play. And in the top four of the Pro Tour, there was a deck called much like this. Um, the deck only plays 4 non-artifact spells, and even your lands are artifacts. So yeah, basically you have a deck all full of artifacts and many ways to pump them up. I'm gonna do a quick, because many players know this deck, so I'm gonna do a quick tutorial about it. 16 lands. These are lands and creatures, and they also can become artifacts. This is an infect creature, so it can kill really fast. This land produces all colors of mana, and it's needed for the sideboard of red cards and blue cards, and also for the thought cast, and sometimes for the cranial plating, the double black. You also have 4 Springleaf Drum and 4 Mox Opal, who also produce mana. So, but they are also artifacts. You have 8 0 drops in Memnite and Onitopter. You have 8 1 drops in Volskush and Signal Pest. You always pay 2 life to play this card. You have the Ravager, who was really good back in the old days, because you had Disciple of the Vault and many other cards that really were good. And Steel Overseer, which is a new addition, or well, since M11 came out. And the Master of Ethereum, who is really good as well. And the best card in the deck is obviously Cranial Plating, who makes the creature lethal in 2 turns every time you cast it. And Thoughtcast. Some players are playing red mana, so mountains, and playing Galvanic Blast or Scrapnel Blast to kill players. But I think Thoughtcast is really good, and yeah, to draw 2 cards for only 1 mana is really good. Also, the Welding Jar is a new addition, because many Yun decks are running around, and many Lightning Bolts too, so you want to regenerate your key artifact. These are your key creatures, and you want to have 1 alive. In the sideboard, basically I wanted cards that are good in a certain matchup. So Edge Champion is really good against Yun deck, because Metalcraft is really easy to get, and Protection from All Colors means that it is unblockable. And Edge Champion with a plating kills in 2 turns. Ancient Grudge is for the mirror and for the mono green deck that has some artifacts as well. Also, Spell Pierce is against all the combo decks, and the Relic is also against all the graveyard decks, really basic cards. And Dismember is against the creature decks, and I mean the creature decks that you have to kill. Like there are some players that still play the 2 mana creature that says all how's it called? Kataki, War Wage, and you have to kill it with this one, or with a Whip Flare. And also cards like Delver of Secrets are really good to kill, because that's the only way they can win against you, if they have a Delver, and you have to kill it with this. Also, I don't think you have many bad matchups. There are many many really good cards against you, like Shatterstorm. So you have to be prepared for that, and I am prepared in Spell Pierce and Welding Jar. And yeah, so it's a really good deck, but you have to really hate it to win against it. So that's why I'm playing on modern events, and it's starting right now. So okay, I'm playing against Call, and well, this hand is really okay. Gotta say hello and good luck. It's okay. It's not really insane, because you don't have to turn 2 equip with a Mox or a Springleaf Drum. He keeps his hand and he starts the game. And I will keep this hand as well, because I have the plating and I have a 1 drop or a 0 drop. So I'm gonna keep this hand. So Magic a Day against Celestial Colonnades. It can be anything. So okay. Celestial Colonnades. Mostly as a control deck. Well, I'm playing a Darksteel Citadel first, because it's an artifact, and I don't want to play a Nexus to attack on the to attack on the second turn, and I'll pass the turn. Sleight of Hand. It's mostly a combo card, but also in control decks they play sometimes. Another Colonnade, so a slow deck. That's mostly a good sign for this deck, of course. Okay, not really a fast start. No 0 or 1 drops drawn. So of the 2 drops I want to play, I don't want to play the plating. I do want to play a creature, and I think Steel Overseer is better than Ravager, because if this lives a turn, then I can tap it to grow the Memnite, and I don't have many artifacts to go all in on the Ravager. So I'm going to play Nexus. This one is the best, so Steel Overseer, attack for 1, and then it's the turn. If you have a plating and a Nexus, you can deal 10 infect damage really fast. So don't know why this card is really played in control decks. Mutavault. Dismember. Okay, I'm not sure what's really going on, but I'm fine with it. Okay, Vault Scourge. Well, if I play Ravager, I can play Vault Scourge after. Can I also play Thoughtcast in this turn? I can also play Plating and Equip, but he only has 3 artifacts in play, so it doesn't do much. I really want to have as many creatures as possible in play, but if he has a Rod of Goth or a Day of Judgment, then it's not so good for me. Well, if he has a Rod of Goth, I can also play the Plating next turn and activate this one and equip. No, that's mana too much. Okay, I'll just play the Ravager. I have to play this one this turn, because it's the best creature to have. Spell Snare. Okay, I'm gladly he Spell Snare that one and not the Plating. It also gives me the information that he doesn't have a Rod of Goth, because if he had, then this will be okay. So all in all, okay. Then I'm gonna play a Nexus and pay 2 life for a Vault Scourge and attack for 1. I think I'm in an okay spot. I don't know what his hand is like. Okay, Geist. So he has a Geist deck. Not sure. I only have 3 artifacts, but I really want to play the Plating and Equip. And I don't think Signal Pass is good enough, so Plating is really good because this card has lifelink now. It's always good, but now it's extra good. I can play a Signal Pass to make it 6-1. I think it's better than playing a Thoughtcast, because the next turn I will attack for 2 more. Yeah, next turn I will be lethal then, so I can't attack with Memnite because he will just block. So I think he has a problem now. So a blue-white Geist deck. Maybe it's just Carblade, or the next generation Carblade deck. So with disruption and creatures that are really good. So Snapcaster Mages and such. Okay, I'm passing the turn. This also a nice draw. He could have a cryptic command. He could have Snapcaster Mage and dismember my Vault Scourge, or the one with the plating on it. In that case, playing Ravager is really good because I can sack every artifact in play and still attack for the win. I do want to play Thoughtcast before, because if I draw 0 artifacts, then I can play them for free. Like an Ornithopter. Will gladly cast that one. And a Ravager. I should have played Ravager before, by the way, because if he cryptics and counter and taps my mana dudes, I can't activate Nexus and plating at the same time. Also, I'm gonna attack with my Blinkmon Nexus and not with my Inkmon Nexus, because Blinkmon only has to do 8. So, if it all comes down to that, so I think he has Cryptic here. Okay, I can attack, so. Don't know which outs he has, but he has to do something because okay, Path to Exile. I'm gonna second to my Ravager because I don't need another island or such. So if I do this, it's 4 damage. If I sacrifice those 2 to the Ravager and stack the Ravager to the Nexus, it's lethal. But if I do that and he has another Path to Exile or a Snapcaster Mage, then I'll be dead. So, and he has no pressure at all. So if I do nothing and he goes like Rod of God or something, then I can just activate Nexus and the other Nexus and this Nexus and equip and go lethal as well. So I think this is better. He's not going to block. So it goes to 4. Ship a turn. Still attacking. Well, I think I'm gonna block here. Oh, Mono is doing some crazy things. Because, well, why not? I don't see any bad things that would come for blocking. I can sack the Ornithopter to make it 3/3 and then it lives, but I can also do the other way around. And if he dies, modeler counters on the Ornithopter. So, well, that seems worse. Let's sacrifice Ornithopter. And do it like this. Okay, he's just gonna concede the game. So I'm playing against a deck with some permission and some aggressive creatures. This card doesn't do really much against Geist, so it doesn't seem bad. So it does seem bad. You have to think what he's boarding in, and I guess he's boarding in more removal for creatures, so maybe a Day of Judgments, maybe some artifact removal, and this one counters all, so I have to get this one into my deck. The worst card in my deck is, well, against the control deck, I think it's Thoughtcast. No, it's also okay, but having 2 blue cards, you can't pay a Thoughtcast and then having blue open for Spell Pierce, so I'm going to cut 2 Thoughtcasts. Then also Signal Pest is not so really good, because you have to have other creatures around it. Oh wait, Welding Jar isn't... Welding Jar should be bad because Path to Exile is removed from game, and Roll of God is still legal. I guess it's legal. Yeah, it's legal. Now questioning myself. You can't regenerate artifacts if they play Roll of God, but maybe they play Supreme Verdict or something, then it's okay. Difficult. Okay, I'm gonna sideboard one Welding Jar out because I never want to draw the second one. So, and the other cards don't do much. This seems okay, but I think this one hits harder, so it's a must answer. And I just want to have many cards that there are must answers. So submit. He's gonna play first again. I'm sure about that. So there are not many players in the events, like 36. So okay, this is a tricky hand. I have to draw a land, but I think I'm gonna keep it because I have to draw some of the 15 other lands or the 4 Mox Opal, which are also good because these are artifacts. And Springleaf Drum is also insane because if I draw a Springleaf Drum, I can play the drum, only top and full switch on the first turn. So I'm keeping this hand. Also, if he Path to Exiles a creature, I can just search another land. So I'm okay with keeping this one. As you can notice about my voice, I'm a bit cold, or I have a cold. I don't have it cold, but okay, that's not a good draw. Like this. And he's holding counter mana, I guess. Okay, that's not a really good draw also. Okay, mana leak. Guys of Saint Draft. Activated abilities cannot be activated. Okay. Well, I didn't drew really well. Stony Silence is really good, but it shuts off Steel Overseer and Cranial Plating, but it doesn't shut off Master of Ethereum, so I'm still in this game. Oh, this is my second land, just in time, right? Oh, and I can't activate it. Funny. I just can activate this one because it's an artifact land, so okay. Well, just keep attacking for one then. That's unfortunate. I think I can't remove it from a... Well, I can counter it with Spell Pierce, right? Yeah. Well, but if it's in play, then I can't do anything about it. So, he's gonna... Okay, he's gonna... I hope he ticks some cards, but... He won't. I think this game is already locked up, by the way. This card is really good. Back in the old days, I was playing this deck with 4 Ether Vial and even Skull Clamps. That was really good. This card also doesn't do a thing because it's an artifact, so... I should have kept it in hand. Don't know. have to draw a Glimmer Void, and then I draw another land that I can play and take mana off, so... Well, that's a mana creature. Getting somewhere, getting somewhere. Or not. Well, I'm not winning the damage race now, so I'm just keeping it at bay or blocking the Vendilion Clique. Restoration the Clique. Okay. So he's playing a blue-white, all good stuff deck. Yeah, I've got exactly the same hand, so... Maybe his hand is perfect, but he can also target his target call. Okay. Back to 11. Another master. Just what I needed. Well, I can play Steel Overseer, so... And I'm not gonna attack again. Another Restoration Angel. Okay. Well, I'm gonna concede this game. There's no way I'm coming back for this. So... Stony Silence. Don't have a good sideboard against that card. Spell Pierce will have to do the trick. Welding Jar seems... Well, if he has Stony Silence, I always want to have blue mana up, and I will never have to... I don't ever want to cast a Thought Cast. So, I see that he has creatures that I can target with Dismember. Also, Restoration Angel is pretty nice to dismember. This one can kill Geist of Saint Draft and kill Vendilion Clique, but it's a sorcery. So I'm on the play, so I'm wanting to be a bit more aggressive than he is. And these cards are really not aggressive, but the perfect draw is to have a 0-drop or 1-drop, another one, a drum, and go. And the next turn I have a 2-drop, and I can counter his Stony Silence. So I want to have that game plan next game. So I'm wanting to have this card for his Stony Silence. And the other cards... all the cards that are not good against that strategy, I just don't want to have it in the deck. So, well, I really don't like this card either. So, well, it's an instant. I'm gonna play it. So, let's do this. I want to play first. Well, I want to have a hand like this hand. This is okay. I can play a drum. I can play all cards in my hand except for the Master of Ethereum, so that seems okay. So if I draw a land, then I'm all out. So if I have a land, then I can attack for a bunch. So one time. That's a Ravager. I think Ravager is not so good because he has Spell Pierce in his deck, but I think I think I still have to play it. Well, I guess he has it all. Spell Pierce. Yeah, I guess so. If he has Enel, so he has Enel and he has so he's going to be really prepared. Now I'm glad I don't play my Master of Ethereum. That would have been a blowout. So plain Stony Silence, and then I'm well. Okay, my opponent is really good at at drawing his cards. So yeah. Sometimes you win some, and sometimes your opponent has really good answers against your deck. Oh well. I can still win with just attacking for 2 each turn, but well, that helps a bit. Well, I'm attacking with this one as well, I guess. I'm never gonna win with 10 poison counters, so I'm not doing this. It's better to have him guessing I have a counter spell in hand or a removal spell, which I do have. So I think it's better to do that. I'm going to wait a second and resume. Okay. He's having a Mutavault, which is good. Another master. Okay. I still have a dismember, so if he activates this, I will dismember it. So also if he plays a Restoration Angel or such, I will dismember it. So I'm going to have to attack with both. Okay. Let's play black mana and only cost 2 life instead of 4. Mana leak. Okay. Well, sometimes your opponent has a really good draw, and I guess my opponent has it 2 times in a row, so not gonna complain about that. Maybe next match will be better. He has the Annul and the Stony Silence, so that's really good. So I need to draw one of my other Glimmer Voids, my islands, or the 7 remaining Nexuses. And he's still on the clock. A clock of 1, so can that activate this one? Yep, another Slate of Hand of his Snapcaster Mage. Come on, land. Ah. Shifler's playing with me. I do think it's better to have the Nexus here and playing like I have a counter spell, because believe me, I can't really deal so much damage, because if I ever draw or drew lands, then I want to play the master and not attacking. So yeah, I'm going to 19. Lifelink is really funny. I already gained 7 life, I guess. Land. Oh. That's unlucky. Restoration Angel. Familiar click. Okay. Maybe he doesn't want to see a master. It's a really big threat, so if I can play it, so. Ah, you gotta be kidding me! Come on. Jesus. Okay, so it's a trade. Well, that's really fun. Well, I'm not gonna play it. He does know I have those two in hand, but I'm not gonna play the Mox Opal. Maybe he forgets it or something. It really doesn't do anything, and I always can play it if I need to. So. Again, this game is really how it's not supposed to happen, but you saw in game 1 that this deck is really good at beating those decks, but I'm not going to concede, because if I draw a land that I can play and that can produce mana, so not the drum or the Mox Opal, then I can also play Master and just attack for 2 in the skies. So. It also doesn't do a thing. Well, maybe he's gonna counter it. You never know. Nope. Yeah, another one. I think the other master is gone now, so. Oh, I can keep it. That's a bad sign, so he can get rid of one master. If he removed it, it would have been better for me, I guess. There's no way this deck is ever gonna beat a turn 1 Curd Ape or something like that, so. Okay. At least I can cast it, so. Without paying life. Removing enchantments is really difficult for a deck all about artifacts, so. I don't think you really have to have Cybercast against this card, because they have to have it on turn 2, otherwise it's too late, and he also had the NL for the Ravager. So if I had played the Ravager or drew the land and the Master, and he doesn't have the NL, then he still is dead, so. It's the combination of effects that really won us this game. I'm also saying he already won this game because I don't know how to come back from this. I can play a land and a master, but it gets counted like 99%, so. Well, this card does something. A little too late, but yeah. So if he attacks with all creatures, I have to block 1. Or I have to block 2. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm just saying good game because I don't have any draws that could win this game. So, okay. Hopefully I get another deck round 2.